All right. Hello, everyone. Is another wonderful evening for us to have an awesome discussion and a great session with one of our mentors who is going to be joining us here today. It's going to be an awesome one. I'm sure a lot of us. Hi.
Hi.
Good evening. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Oh,
How are you?
I'm fine. I must say, it's really nice seeing your face, and you
Oh,
look so good.
likewise. Thank
So
you.
good. How are you doing today? How's your day going?
Pretty good. Excited
Uh,
for what we have to talk about today.
yeah, I mean, today is going to be a great session. I can feel it already in the air.
Oh, that's good. I can feel it already.
Yeah, so we have a guy here. Let me see if she can join us. We do some discussion before we jump right in. Yes. Hi, Ada. Can you join us? I guess she wouldn't be able to. Anyway,
Probably not till a little
yes,
later.
yes. I says,
Hi, good evening.
good
Good
evening.
evening.
Let me
My
see.
network is quite slow.
Let me see the honor of seeing
Two
your
beauties
beautiful face.
on stage. Nice. I'm inspired already by the
Don't,
presence that we have here.
and
Thank
then
you,
don't
Dr.
go with
Oyinda, for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
that. All right, Bruno is also here. Thank you so much for joining. Let's see if Bruno can also join us. I mean, I want this to be a full house discussion. So we are going to be jumping right into what we have to do today. Um, so this month, let me just do a quick introduction. So we are Girls in Tech Nigeria. Basically, what we do is trying to bring more ladies, more girls into the tech industry, right? Creating different paths for women to follow. So currently, we have run two sessions. We started in spring, and currently we are running our summer program, and we also do some outreaches where we go out to educate women and also sensitize them on different things happening in the tech world. So basically, that is what we are all about. So this month of September, we decided, okay, it's not just enough to say, hey, we are breaking this path in technology. It's also good to know that you need to take care of yourself, right? While you are trying to make this money, you have to be alive to enjoy it. All right, so this is actually part of the thing that brought what we have today. So we declared this month to be our fitness month, tagged Fit Ember to remember. So far we've been trying to share some resources that is going to be helping our ladies, that is going to help our ladies rather to practice an active lifestyle. So we had the session last week. We had a fitness expert, enthusiast come. She came and she did a lot of, she gave us a lot of tips actually relating to fitness and an active lifestyle. So today is really a great honor to have you, a doctor, here to also talk to us. And like I said, I'm sure today's session is actually going to be a great one. So it's recorded, and also after the session, we are also going to share it out for people who are not able to join us to go over it. All right. So once again, thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
All right. So let's jump right into it. So can we get to meet you, ma'am? Can we get to?
My name is Oyinda Mola. Last name is Ajumobi. Should be changing soon. But yes, so I'm an internal medicine specialist. I work in Miami. I am Nigerian. I left when I was 16. Came to
Wow.
college here. Did my master's in my medical school. Finished residency in New Jersey and just moved to Florida last year.
Wow, that's a great feat there. That's a great feat. Like I said,
And
I'm proud to have. us. Thank you so much. All right. So it's really great to have you here. Can you please tell us a bit more about yourself and your inspirational journey to becoming an internal medicine specialist?
Yeah, so I left Lagos when I was 16. I moved to the US specifically to become a physician. That was my goal. So I did college in Tennessee in Christian school, and then I did my medical school half in Grenada, that's Caribbean island, and half in New Jersey. And then I stayed at that same hospital and trained in internal medicine. And now, I'm doing what I never thought I would be doing because now I'm taking care of the elderly. So I only take care of 55 and up, so people who are towards the end of life, so more complicated cases. And ironically, I like it. So I'm grateful for how God has led my life because I didn't really set out to be a geriatrician. That's what I really am. Yeah, so that's what I do now.
Wow, that's really a good one. I mean, growing up, I always loved the idea of helping people, and I'm glad you're in that field. Hope you enjoy
I
it anyway.
love it. I absolutely love it.
That's number one thing. Thank you so much. So, can you share some general tips on maintaining healthy lifestyle, especially for individuals with schedules, right? And demanding jobs like just in medicine and then like ours. Because I have to be frank with you, tech requires a lot. I mean, you have to be most times I'm on my system 2 4, like half of the day I'm on my system. And I know a lot of us in tech also have to battle with us. Can you also give us some general tips on maintaining healthy lifestyle, please?
Right. So with a healthy lifestyle, it's just like it boils down to two things: the diet and exercise. There's nothing else apart from that. So what you eat and how active you are. So the first thing is we all have to choose to become healthy. So you have to choose to eat right, choose to walk, to get active. The easy way to do it for people who are busy, like tech people, is to one, schedule your meal because it's when you're hungry that's when you eat anything.
Yeah,
But if you have your meal scheduled, like on Sunday, okay, I'm eating this, on Monday, this, on Tuesday, and each meal is ready, then when you're hungry, that helps you to reach and eat something that's healthy. But if there's no food, then you're bound to go out there and buy anything with high sugar content or fatty meals. So you have to plan ahead. It can't be a last thing. You have to choose to be healthy and try to walk. Try to be active to get out there. I feel like back home people walk naturally because they catch the bus. Like people are naturally kind of active already. So really, it's just the diet portion that needs to be intentional.
yeah. And I have a question. This is more like of the yeah. I always wonder about this. You know, the lifestyle we have in Nigeria is this. Everybody, we I don't know if I should use the word stressful,
Right.
right? Because
Right.
those of us living in Lagos have to wake up very early. I mean, 4 a.m., 5 a.m. out of your house, coming back 10 a.m., 10 p.m. in the night. And most time, you have to trek a great distance.
Right.
Are all these, maybe even though they are stress considered stress, are they also like active lifestyle? Can they be equated to like walking? Because sometimes people don't, personally, sometimes I feel like it's not the same thing.
Not the same, right? That's like stress. That one is just like cortisol, like that's stress. So having to wake up early and catch the bus and sit in traffic for hours and you're hungry with headache and you're tired, that one is stress. That one is not being active. That one can even cut someone's life short, actually. So being active is more so like walking. So if you have to walk from here to catch the bus, yes, that's you being active. If you have to run, that's you being active. Granted, it's stress, like you're doing it while
What
being.
about the ones caused by traffic that you have to get down from the bus and trek? That is
Yeah,
also active.
yeah, that is you being active. That's terrible as well. But yes, that is you being active too. Unfortunately, that's you being active under the wrong circumstance, unfortunately, because that's you've been stressed. But yeah, but if you're walking like a far distance, you are being active. Um, yeah, back home is totally different. I think for back home, if I had to advise people, is more so to rest and sleep because since the stress levels are already so high,
Mm.
the best thing is to combat that by actually sleeping at least 7 hours because you're already being active by having to run and do all these things. And the Nigerian diet, honestly, is more of a healthy meal. It has less sugar or no sugar. There's no natural dish that comes with sugar. You know, it's mainly foods and so yeah. So basically, to sleep well, drink water. That's the only way to combat that level of stress.
Yeah, I think I can understand that because seriously, I used to get confused about that. So thank you for clearing that air for me. Uh, yeah. So the next question we have here is a very important one also for me and all of us for all of us young ladies, especially women, because basically from our culture, it's been believed that okay, as a woman, you have to, of course, take care of the house, do the house chores, and of course, at our age, right, women also have to go to the work. Actually, women do a lot of work now, also, even at the office. Now, how can the young professionals strike a balance in their careers, prioritizing their physical and mental health? And do you have any advice on time management and also incorporating fitness into a busy routine?
Right. Yeah. So there are a lot of things that we're all required to do as you rightly said, work life, family life, spiritual life. If you're married, children, yes. But it all boils down to one choice. You have to choose to live a balanced life. You have to choose to. So one thing that I do is I have a schedule and I have my checklist. So and people don't have to think of things. So for example, like a healthy meal. If on Sunday you've already picked like your meals for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, so it makes things stress free because I know I'm going to eat spaghetti, and some meatballs on Tuesday. No, Wednesday is eba and egusi. So things are already set where I'm not having to come home and think like, okay, so what's for lunch, and then just be stressed and waste time and buy necessary. So you just have to be organized. That's just the truth. So you have to schedule things, and then to meal plan, meal prep. That helps you to eat right. And then as for exercise, it's not everyday gym. Sometimes just play it on TV and watch, like just do some stretches and do some hard exercises at home or just go for a walk. You don't have to lift weights except you have the access and the time to do that. So really, lifestyle changes are little, but as long as you are consistent, that's where the changes are.
Yeah, thank you so much for that. Thank you. And when you were mentioning about food planning, a scenario came to my mind. I remember having a friend, right? We were having a discussion one day, and then he said um, he likes his meals being freshly prepared. I mean, there are people that don't like food that are being in the. I don't even know if there's like any bad effect to that and whatever why, but what is your advice in that? I mean, that scenario is something that I find it hard to take ahead sometimes, but
Right.
then it exists, right? We have people that their demand is, oh, we don't want food that have been kept in the fridge or something. It has to be freshly cooked.
Right. So that's where wisdom comes into play. Because I also don't like to eat old food, you know.
Okay.
But there's gotta be wisdom applied. So one, if you make stew,
Mm.
I can eat that stew with different things. Where every day it looks like a new meal. Because I can
Yeah.
make rice on Monday and it looks like I just made the meal, but actually I made that stew on Sunday. On
Mm.
Tuesday, I can make yam and put some corned beef into that same stew and it looks like a different meal. So it's so for people who are married to men who want fresh food, again, it's just wisdom. You just cook one thing like F4. If you make it, then I can make a different solid each day. On Monday is Ebad, on Tuesday it's a different solid, but the stew stays the same. But in his mind, it's a new meal because it's not what I ate yesterday. Like you can't kill yourself. Yeah.
I have to say. Sorry. Anyway, okay, let's jump into the next question we have. So in your experience, what are some common misconceptions about fitness and health that you often encounter in your practice, and how can we dispel them?
So one common misconception is actually about exercise. So I've had some patients where okay, there was this one lady very obese. I said, okay, ma'am, you need to start exercising. So she started to walk around like the block and actually exercise, but her weight was increasing. I said, oh my goodness. So I had to ask her, okay, so when you exercise, tell me what's going on. And she's like, oh, you know, I drink my smoothie. So as I walk, like after my exercise, I drink my smoothie. I said, oh my goodness, hold on, time out. Just because you're exercising doesn't mean that you're able to eat any and everything. So some people feel like that as long as they're exercising, they can drink like anything with high calories. It doesn't work like that. It's quicker to lose weight through what you're eating than like I don't know about you, like it's so hard to burn calories in the gym. Like you're going hard for 30 minutes and it's only 100, but one cookie is 100 calories. So the big thing that most people tend to confuse is that they think that by exercising then I can come home and relax by drink a huge smoothie with all the sugar that you've poured in there. It's like no, it just canceled out the entire exercise. So that's one. Then there's also like the one of fat loss and weight loss. So losing weight, yes, is fat, muscle, and water, while like just fat loss is just the fat. So if you just less and do cardio, then you're going to lose muscle too. But you don't want to lose muscle. What you want to lose is the fat. So if I were you, I would eat less and do weights. Eat less with weights will help you build muscle and burn fat. So I think those two things are also perceptions.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I don't know. Can you just give us this BMI, how to calculate your BMI, and because some people, like I myself, get confused about it. Like, how many calories do I actually need? I mean, most times we just eat just for eating sake, without considering what we are eating and the calories we need. So I don't know if you can throw in a little light on that, because I'm sure a lot of people would also need that.
Right. So I just tell patients to check the internet with the charts, like the BMI. You just find your height, not your weight. You find your height, and it tells you the normal range of weight that each person should be based off of heights. Because some people say, oh, like, that there are some weight that's too high. I'm like, based off of your height. If I told you my weight now, it sounds obese. I'm not obese. I'm actually very slim, but I'm almost 200 pounds. But I'm 5'10". Yes, I'm a 6 foot upright. So based off of my height, my weight puts me at a normal BMI. So I just tell people, go online, look at the charts, find the bar that's normal. That range is the weight for your height. So because some people are trying to reach like a goal weight, but if that weight is too low for you, then you're underweight. That's unhealthy. You want to stay in the normal range for you. So don't watch the numbers, because if I use the numbers and I'm fat, which I'm not. So use your height to calculate the ideal weight for you. Yeah.
Thank you so much. That is really important, because personally I also need it, right? Sometimes I get confused with how many do I really need. Am I fat? I mean, people look at me and say, God added. And then I'm looking at myself, am I fat?
But you're not fat, right? Exactly.
That's the thing. But thank you so much for clearing that. All right, so let's see. The next question we have, our September theme at Girls in Tech Nigeria this month. Like I said earlier, it focuses on It focuses on fitness and health. So, what are the key health benefits associated with regular physical exercise, and how does it contribute to overall well-being of our body, mind, yeah, financial too?
You're right about that.
Yeah.
Right. Like, I cannot stress how important sleep is. Like, it doesn't even, I can't stress it. By you sleeping, one, it even helps your memory. Like, if you don't sleep, nothing is sticking. Like, gone are the days where, okay, so let me give you this example. In like uni and med school, especially when, when there's like a test coming up and then you're cramming, after you finish cramming, that thing is gone. Like, if you ask me now about those same topics, I can't tell you because I was cramming, you know, and sleeping like for a few hours, because the brain won't consolidate those memories as permanent if you don't sleep. So you have to sleep. So I tell people, sleep. It would decrease your anxiety, it would decrease your depression. Even just exercising will help you sleep better. So exercise helps your mental health. Like, there are people who literally started exercising and became less depressed, less anxious. It's studied, it's proven. And also by exercising, it makes one's bones stronger. So it makes you less prone to like fractures and things because it strengthens the bones. So tell the elderly women, lift weights, it prevents your bones from breaking. So exercise, I strongly believe God made man to exercise, because if we were out there just doing our natural things, like, people would naturally be walking a distance, carrying heavy things. People should be active. It's just part of life.
Yeah. I think I really like that, but I there's also this myth that surrounds sleeping, right? So people are saying as an adult you need to have at least 6 hours. Then at some point you hear 4 hours. At some point also you're going to hear um is actually the cumulative. Let's say I did 2 hours at night, right? And then maybe during the day I'll do another 2 hours as a cumulative. So I don't know how to actually calculate our sleep hours.
No, don't mind them. People who need the most sleep, yes, are children and the elderly, because kids sleep like 10 hours at a stretch. Like a newborn is sleeping half the day. So yes, kids need more, but an adult needs 7 hours. You
Seven
need seven
hours.
hours of sleep every night. So don't listen to whoever's telling you four. Some people are like night owls. Some people are like out of the norm, because some people just don't sleep and they're, I don't know. But for most people, you need 7 hours of sleep. The elderly need 1 hour more, like 8 hours. And if you don't sleep, there have been people who don't sleep and come in with seizures. It happens so frequently. If people don't sleep, their blood pressure goes up. It happens all the time. So 7 hours is the goal. So just think of the number of perfection. 7, that's how many hours of sleep that you need.
So is it going to be cumulative or
At a stretch. Don't ever break your sleep. Sleep at a stretch. Yes. You shouldn't sleep, wake up, then break the sleep and go back to sleep. No, sleep at a stretch. So I sleep 10 to 5 most
I
days.
need to do better then. I need
Why? How many hours do you sleep?
sometimes I do 4 hours, sometimes three. But basically I had this mindset that okay, at night I can do three and maybe during the day I can rest also. So I used to calculate all of them.
What
So
do you do after sleeping 3 hours at night? Because then you're up at like 2
oh,
in the morning.
yeah, that's some of the sacrifices tech, and that's actually why we're having this discussion. Tech is something you have to like, yeah. So sometimes I do some of my work. I learn better at night.
Nice.
I try to study at night or teach at night, and then during the day I kind of rest. So sometimes in my head I used to think, oh, sleeping 3 hours at night, sleeping 3 hours in the day is a complete. So I think I need to do better.
Well, you better sleep earlier. So sleep like 5 p.m. and be up at midnight. Or be up at, yeah, sleep at 5 p.m. and be up at midnight if you're dealing with people who are not in the same time zone, is what it sounds like. But sleep 7 hours at a stretch if you can.
Yeah, I just wrote it down, so I'll try to give it a try, and I will reach out to you.
Yes, please. Wow. 3 hours is unacceptable.
Thank you so much. That's a good one. I enjoyed it. All right, so let's the next question we have here is as an internal medicine doctor, what health indicators should individuals monitor regularly to ensure they're on the right track in their fitness and health journey? So what and what? Because back, in our culture, until you are sick, you don't go to
Right. You don't go to hospital, yeah.
and then when you are sick and you have bitter mouth, automatically
Bitter mouth.
that's it. Automatically is malaria. So please, can you just point out those health indicators, right, that we should monitor to ensure that we are actually living this healthy life?
So a few health indicators. So one, if you're always falling sick, if you're always the person, if anyone has like a virus, it's you that'll catch it. If it means that your immune system is the weakest, because if anyone comes into this room and nobody else catches that virus, you will catch it. That already tells you that your immune system is low, because you're already prone to anything that's in the air. So that's one indicator. Two, if your exercise tolerance is low, like you're trying to climb up the stairs just one floor and you're panting and you're in your 20s, 30s, that should tell you that this is abnormal, because at your age, you shouldn't climb up one flight of stairs and be. So at that point, you're already getting out of shape. Now, if you have a scale and you start to see your weight climb, and it's not like you're building muscle, you look the same, but your weight is climbing, then you already know that you're also you're getting out of the norm. So those three things can be used as indicators to caution you.
Very important. But when you mentioned Moses, something came to my mind, because I've been trying to, especially since what we are doing is fitness. So I've trying to go to the gym, do some steps. Yeah, just trying to be active, right? But I'm not really seeing when I feel, I'm not seeing any.
Right.
Drop. So in my head, when you mentioned muscle, so I'm looking at myself. How do I know that it's actually my muscle that is giving me that weight and not some fat?
So muscle is heavier than fat.
Yeah. So how do I know that
Muscle is heavier. So sometimes there are people who, after they start working out, it's like their weight goes up, and it's like, but I've changed my diet, I'm lifting weights. It's because you're building muscle. And even when you look in the mirror, like your abdominal fat, like your belly is much less. Central obesity is an easy way to know if you're at risk of heart disease. Central obesity is actually worse than peripheral, and that just means you have a big belly. So central obesity is your belly, big belly. It's actually worse than being overround obese. So you being fat all around is actually better than you having a big belly. So a big belly is linked with heart issues, and I think that's one thing that we tend to overlook. People just say, "Oh, I have a big belly." Actually, that's a problem. You have to do it, because that's what's linked to heart issues, But back to the point. So when you start to exercise, to eat clean, lift weights, and you realize that your weight is going up, it's because you're building muscle, and you should be able to see more definition in the mirror, because your central obesity, like the fat, is going to reduce, but your weight will start to go up as you start to see more definition, because now your muscles are becoming stronger and larger.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I will see by the end of the month how many muscles
things are going.
I will see. I can't wait to actually check it out. But thank you so much for that clarification. And I'm really learning a lot and jotting things down. So thank you so much. Once again, it's an honor having you here with us. Thank you. All right. So the next question is something we've answered before. You've answered before, but I would love you to kind of throw more light into that. Like, what role exactly does sleeping healthily, like what role does sleep play in maintaining a healthy lifestyle, and how can individuals improve the quality of their sleep especially those with demanding careers and busy schedules? I mean, I know we've touched about it, but can we go deeper into it and see how much we can actually help ourselves?
Right. Okay. So sleep is very important. You know, there's a reason why there's night and there's day. I always tell patients, nature will always win. I tell my patients that all the time. So there's a reason why there's night, because you're going to be sleeping. It gets dark. It makes the melatonin. That's the enzyme that makes you feel drowsy. It makes it go up in the dark, and that's nature prompting you to sleep. Now, if you don't sleep, it's even linked to a lot of mental health problems. Let's just take one, being bipolar. Like everyone talked about bipolar, but they don't understand that a bipolar person is just someone who's depressed and manic. They just alternate. And one symptom that tells us that they're becoming like manic is because they stop sleeping. They're up all night thinking of how they could, some great idea. It's a very bad sign. So sleep is important to help your mental health to not and it also helps you not be anxious, depressed. It also helps your memory. So there's no point studying if you're not sleeping because it won't even stick. At best, it will stay there for a week. Sleep to consolidate memory. So and sleep to even live long. so so sleep is very, very important. Now, how do you sleep better? First of all, good sleep hygiene. Your bedroom should literally be for bed, especially after 7 p.m. If you are blessed to have like a TV in your room, that TV should really be off after 7 p.m. If you have to watch TV, go to your living room and watch TV because the room and darkness should be linked to sleep because the body is able to start reacting based off of its environment. That's why if you put someone in front of like a lion, no one tells you to, like it's that prompts fear out of you because the body can react by its circumstance, by its environment. So if you make your room a place of rest, especially in the evening where you only go into your room when it's like at night to sleep, then naturally when you go into your room, it's going to make you drowsy and then you'll naturally go to sleep. But if you watch TV in your bed into the midnight, then that's when that's when it's hard to fall asleep because now your brain is awake because you watch TV, you drink coffee. Okay, let's talk about coffee because some people drink coffee. Back home is not really a thing. I don't think we drink that much coffee in like as much. Yeah, here people love to drink coffee and they're up all night. Coffee's half-life is 7 hours, 7 to 8 hours. So if you're a coffee drinker, by 3 p.m., I strongly advise that you quit it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That is a tough one because I know people that they live on coffee, morning, they're drinking
Oh,
coffee.
yeah.
They want to stay awake.
Wow. And then these drinks, like the Monster or something, these energy drinks, stay away from them as well. At least after 3 p.m., stay away from drinks that will keep you up all night. The goal is to be able to have a scheduled time to sleep. Me, I sleep off at the same time every day. Doesn't matter where I am because I don't watch TV in my room at night especially. So that's you classically conditioning the brain to learn how to react in dark. Once it's night and it's 10 p.m., no one has to tell me I've already slept off. So that's the goal where you protect the bedroom and make it a place of rest, especially at night. So it helps you sleep better.
That's a good one. Thank you so much. I mean, I just learned. What about like personal? I don't like sleeping without lights.
Really? Are you afraid of the dark? Is that what it really is?
I just like it. I mean, I've gotten accustomed to it. So most times when I want to sleep, my lights are on. So does it have any effect? Does it?
You've adjusted to it, then you probably sleep even with the light on, right?
Yeah.
You probably fall asleep with it.
So that means, but it doesn't have any effect.
I mean, you're able to sleep deep, then you're fine. Most people cannot sleep with the lights on, except they're afraid of the dark. So you have to keep the light there. But you seem like it's become like your base. It's now your baseline where you're able to fall asleep with the lights. So it's okay.
All right, thank you so much. I love the. I just wanted to make sure. I mean, since we are trying to break these barriers, we have to make sure we are living healthy, right? So
Right.
that we're able to do a lot of things that we really want to do, break the barriers and bring more women into play. Anyway, so so we are gradually coming to the end of our session, and I'm enjoying it so much. I don't even want it to go. I feel like. So
Uh-huh.
yeah, I have just a few more questions for you. Um, could you share some success stories of transformations you witness where individuals have significantly improved their health and fitness through dedicated efforts and guidance? I mean, sometimes we hear do this, do this, do this. But for us, in our culture, sometimes we don't believe it works, right? We believe it's waste of time. Yeah. So we believe it's not productive. That's
Right.
what our mindset have told us is not productive. Why do I have to go around or walk around my neighborhood when I could be doing something else? Or why do I have to go to the gym when I have to? So most times by our culture, we don't believe it's productive. So can you help us out of that mindset and give us stories and yeah, where it actually the transformation has been witnessed that you witness mostly?
Right. So, I mean, lifestyle changes, you can reverse some diseases with lifestyle changes. I mean, it's studied hypertension, diabetes can be reversed with lifestyle changes, but most people don't want to do the work. Everyone wants to drink their soda and drink and not exercise, but you can reverse many chronic conditions with exercise. I have a colleague from medical school who's actually very well known now because of his transformation. He was very obese in medical school. He was young, maybe at best in his early 30s. He was on many meds, but he started running in New York City because he got posted there to do his clinicals. So he started to run as an obese man, just running every day, started to lose weight. Now he's probably my size or even smaller.
Just
He's
running.
off all his meds. He's off. He's not on any medication. Just running. He doesn't use the gym. He runs. Even his page now is all about running. He runs all the time. He's now slim, and he's always talking about how literally he's off of his diabetes meds, his hypertension medication. So it's proven, it's true. But I think because back home again, most people are actually young in Nigeria. I think we have one of the highest numbers of young people like in the nation. So I think that's probably why people don't care as much about their lifestyle at this time because they are young. But the older that you get, and if you're obese especially, I'm here to tell you that lifestyle does make changes. Yes, 100%. If you change your diet, if you just incorporate daily exercise, it does make a lot of difference. And you're able to reverse chronic diseases, especially things like high cholesterol, hypertension, diabetes, with exercise and diet.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. I hope those of us here, I hope we are jotting things down. And those of us that are going to listen to this, please, 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 your exercises serious. That is one of the major reasons why we have to bring this challenge this month. Please, it's really, really important. And you're hearing it from our doctor's mouth. So thank you so much again for coming. And I don't know. Okay, I have a question here from one of our group. So we throw more light about BMI. I know we've talked about it earlier, but I don't think it was here when we talked about it. So can you throw in more light again about the BMI we talked earlier, please?
Okay, so yeah, so it's just your body mass index. So basically, it's just how much weight can your skeleton carry. So that's why it's based off of your height. So how much weight is comfortable for your height, and how much weight can your skeleton naturally carry? So based off of your height, there's a range of your optimal weight. So that's why it's not wise to really just watch the scale because for example, I'm practically 6 foot tall, so weight may sound like an obese weight to you. I'm almost 200. Well, I'm almost 180. But for my height, it's okay. I'm literally in the right range. So I would just advise you to just find the chart. It's online. Just put it on, just look for your BMI charts and find your height and find the range of weight that is optimal for you, and just try to stay within that range. That's it.
Okay, thank you so much. So we've talked about the BMI earlier before. Okay, I think other. All right, give me a minute. All right, I'm trying to add one of our moderators also. So I think she also have a few questions for you before we call it a day. All right, hi.
Oh, no.
Hi guys, how are you? Good evening. I'm actually
Yeah,
so excited to hear you. Nice to
I'm
hear
so excited. You know,
you.
now, excited
I'm
to
so sorry. I'm not in the best frame health-wise. I'm under serious duress. The cramps are after my life, so I'm not really fit for visual presentation right now. But hi Oyinda, how are you doing? Welcome. I've been following. It's so great to have you here. You're so pretty.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I was going to ask about the BMI thing, and the reason why is you hear some doctors say to you, don't take BMI too serious, just be healthy, right? And this is because you might have two people that are the same height, probably different weights, and they both look healthy, are healthy, organs are working, everything is working fine. Because I've noticed that when you see people who are particular about the BMI thing, they may be underweight and know it because they're following the BMI, right? So let's say as a 6-footer, you're not supposed to weigh, according to BMI, you're not supposed to weigh more than what, 70 kg, but 70 kg on them looks really, really lanky, right? You could tell that they don't really particularly healthy-ish, and that's why I asked about the BMI thing.
Right. I think that I heard your question because sometimes it kind of was cracking a little. But I think that you're saying that sometimes many people could have like a high BMI but look healthy. Is that what you're saying, right?
No, particularly. Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, your network is actually cracking, like coming, going, just like that. Try again. Let's see if we can hear you better.
Let me see. Move around. Tell me when you can hear me. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me better?
Yeah, a little.
Okay, so I was saying that some people take the BMI thing, they practice it religiously, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they don't particularly look as, for example, your BMI might take 6, you shouldn't weigh more than, say, 70 kg. But then you look at them and you look at what 70 kg looks like on them,
Right.
and they don't even particularly look healthy,
Mm-hmm.
right? They look really skinny, really lanky, too lean, and all of that. So that's why I asked about the BMI thing, because I've heard so many doctors, like, veteran doctors say, man, don't think too much about BMI. Just make sure you are healthy, right? And you look healthy. So that's why I asked.
Right. Okay. So the BMI is a range. So if you looked up your weight range based off of your height, it's not even like a 10-pound range. It's like 20 to 30 pounds. It's actually a wide range. So a lot of people want to be closer to like the lower range, but actually it's wide. That's why people tell you, oh, don't pay too much attention. But if you're obese, that is never a good advice, because high cholesterol is not something to play with. But yes, I do agree that people should not be obsessed with their weights, and that's why I started off saying I'm almost 6 foot. My weight on somebody else would sound like they're obese, but I have literally like a 20 to 30 pound range. So my weight has fluctuated since I was in secondary school, but it's been in that 30 to that, that range. So people should be aware when they're starting to become overweight, because you go from normal to overweight to morbidly obese, and it creeps up very fast, especially when you start getting pregnant, have your kids. So it's something that one should be aware of, because one, weight is hard to lose. To be quite honest, is the best way to stay in your ideal weight is to prevent weight gain. Because once you gain it, now you're in the gym, now you're eating water, just drinking water. So you want to be aware when you start to creep up rapidly, especially when it's not like you're building muscle. But it's not something to be obsessed with. Like, I need to only be 50 kg, when you literally have a range of 40 to 55. You can fall back, you can go forward. And as long as you're not like short of breath and clearly not in a good fit, like, it's very obvious to everyone that you're out of shape, then you shouldn't be so obsessed about your weight. Like, I check my weight every day. But once you feel the need to check it, the question is why you check frequently. Because some people are like obsessed with a low weight, anorexic, now you're losing weight, not that's a mental illness.
Yeah.
That's a mental illness, okay? Or, but yes.
Because I've seen the effect it has. You have people and after eating they run into the toilet, they gather themselves so they can throw up, and I'm like, girl, it ain't that deep. What's going on?
Yeah, that's unhealthy.
Wait, you said that's not healthy?
No, that's unhealthy. like to throw up, like to eat, and that's bulimia. That's a mental health, that's a illness actually. So,
but anyway, thank you for clearing that up. It's really nice to have you here.
Thank you.
Yeah, it is. But let me quickly throw in this question. I mean, I know a lot of us are always maybe asking ourselves this question: why is it that it's easier to gain weight to lose the weight? Why is that? I mean, it's always going to be hard for you to lose it. Let's say you're trying to get your weight down from a particular, it's always hard, but to gain it is easier. Why is that?
Sorry, someone was calling me, so I lost a little portion. He said, why is it hard to lose weight but easy to gain?
Yes,
Okay.
why is that?
Because the body. So the thing that we have to realize is that when you eat, the body saves some as well in case you go into starvation mode. So it's not like what you eat comes out. No, the body saves some as fat. The body saves some in case you go into fast. That's why people can fast for many, cannot die, because there's storage. So that's why it's easier to gain, because you're eating in the midst of plenty. There's already something saved and you're eating to gain. But when it's time to lose, the body has to lose what it has already stored, which will take a little while. So it's like, I haven't been eating much, but I haven't been, because it's burning your belly fat, is burning fat that's stored, in many areas. So it takes you longer to lose weight, but it's very easy to gain. You can go and drink like a milkshake now and gain weight, So that's just how God made the human body.
Now, there's this also, I don't know if I should call it a myth, where it said skip breakfast if you want to lose weight. And another time, you hear people tell you, don't skip breakfast, eat breakfast like a king, eat lunch like, I don't know, and then eat dinner like the hippies and whatever. But so
it brings up intermittent fasting. Two things every day.
Yeah, so which one exactly should we follow? Should we skip breakfast? What?
Sorry? No, carry on.
No, I said, should we skip breakfast or eat breakfast like a king? Which one exactly is it?
See, there are many diets on intermittent fasting, keto diet. I mean, you name it. There's so many things that are out there. The simple, like everyone is trying to market something. The bottom line is, in order to lose weight, you have to either decrease your calories or burn them. Simple. If you choose to decrease your calories, how you do it doesn't really truly matter, as long as you decrease the amount that you're taking in. Now, if you choose to, skip breakfast and you eat lunch, or you skip lunch, you eat dinner, the goal is if your overall calories has decreased, you're going to lose weight. It's that simple. Everything else is just a matter of which one works for you. Okay, some fast 12 hours, 8 hours. The point is you're decreasing the amount of food that you're taking in every day by skipping a meal or skipping 2 meals.
Okay. I think that makes sense. All right. So, Odera, I don't know if you still have more questions for our doctor. This is 7.
Sorry, I was talking.
Okay.
I didn't know that my mic was muted. Yeah, she cleared up the question about the intermittent fasting thing because, over the years here, different new phrases and new tactics to lose the weight, and you're just left confused, really. But I'm like, which one is intermittent fasting again? Out loud. This didn't exist like how long ago. Why? And like personally, I'm gonna give a personal experience. I've been struggling with my weight for, oh my goodness, for years, right? And it used to fluctuate a lot. And this year, I just decided, girl, we're not doing this anymore. We're not doing this. We're shedding this weight. I just found that for me, it's easier when I diet, which is I don't like to eat anything past 7 p.m. I try to eat anything. Of course, sometimes go back into lapses, but it's not a habit anymore. And when it comes to exercise, to be honest, the only thing I do is walk. Not even a little bit more, a whole lot more. I take walking very serious. But come across people who don't want to diet and they kill themselves. They're wondering why they're not losing weight. Because you mentioned that you can lose weight by either burning fat or reducing your calories. But you have people who go to the gym regularly, like, I'm not losing the weight. As a matter of fact, I'm losing the weight. Maybe because muscles weigh more or whatever. So I would like for you to really clarify if just working out will help in burning fats, thereby losing weight, or if that's gain muscle and that's you're not losing weight, like if you're working without dieting, because you have a whole lot of people who have that preconceived notion that as long as you're going to the gym, you lose the weight regardless of what you eat. So, like, just touch on that, please.
All right. So I think that I heard the gist of that question. So, okay, so weight loss through the gym. I don't know if you have like an Apple Watch or something that counts calories. Even if you run a lap or run a mile and you see the amount of calories burnt, it's like, really? Just 100 calories? Just 150? But if I not even drink something, if I have a cookie, I can eat that in 2 seconds. So that's why some people feel like, well, but I'm always like at the gym, but it looks like I'm not losing weight, because it's actually easier to lose weight by controlling what you eat than being at the gym. Both are important, but they complement each other. So now when it comes to what you eat, as we already said, that the body doesn't, so when you eat, it saves for in case that you're starving. So it means that if you wake up in the morning and you go exercise, and the body hasn't, and you haven't fed the body, it means when you're exercising, it's going to have to burn something that it has saved because you haven't eaten. So now you're actually starting off in the negative, because now the body is having to use calories from probably yesterday to keep you going at the gym. So you're burning more. Now, after you leave that gym and then you come home, you go and drink back even more, and then you have to eat excessively, because some people don't eat a lot, but it's what they eat. Some people, eat like fries and just high caloric and fatty foods and, sugary things with a lot of sugar. So now you overwhelm the body with empty calories, and now you start to gain more weight because the body would save all that excess. And so it feels like, oh, but I'm working out, but I'm gaining weight It's what you eat. So after you work out, it's better to eat more protein and cut down on things with sugar. But so when I try to advise patients on weight loss, I tell them the first thing, just take off sugar, because it's harder to change like your diet. It's hard to even change like your lifestyle, because you're used to eating what you're used to. But I say cut off the soda first. Just take the soda off and keep eating everything else. And after that, take off the sugar, the juice, because everybody thinks, oh, it's orange juice that's packed with like 20 grams of sugar. Come on. So once you start to take off like the sugary content, the soda, the processed foods, once you cut out processed foods from your diet, you're going to lose. And processed foods, what? Okay, so there's pie, rice, bread, baked, most baked things are all processed. They're all processed. If you eat things that are more natural, things grown from the ground, you'll start to lose weight. But it's going to take a while. You have to be patient, because your body has to burn all that you already have and you've already stored. So it takes a while in order to start seeing effects. But if you realize that it's a lifestyle change and your new permanent diet is not just for 3 months, like this is how you're going to eat permanently, you lose weight eventually.
Very,
So
very nice.
you say cutting off different things, like forever.
I'm sorry?
When you say cutting off some things from your diet, permanently, is that what you mean? Permanently?
Yes, the soda has to go. Yeah, I know it sucks because I love Fanta Orange, and
So,
like.
only that, just to be clear, you're asking me not to eat bread anymore.
But you can
Not to-
always have a cheat day. Like your birthday should be a special day. Come on, you can eat anything you want.
on my
But
birthday once a year.
or
Hey, go.
Christmas. But just the way some people, like some people are sugar addicts, you know that. And some people are like, just the way someone who drinks alcohol who stop, they don't take even a drop. Like they'll tell you, oh, I'm 30 years sober. And it's like, wow, not even a drop. Because sometimes if you realize that you gravitate towards sugar, there's no point even having that drop, because you're gonna eat more. So it's like you just have to, yeah.
But the thing is, yeah, some people would argue that when you cut and I've experienced it, when you cut things off completely, you have no control when you, like you say, take a sip of it again. Sugar, alcohol, whatever. And I know that I have been, almost fine, but like I know I have been advised to never cut anything out completely. Just reduce the intake, especially if, like you say, it's going to be a lifestyle thing, right? Now, I know I don't want to go the rest of my life without having the occasional orange, whatever. That's never going to happen, right? It's a lifestyle thing. So
Right.
it's that's what I've been advised anyway. Reduce your intake, but when you cut it off completely, and I'm sure you've seen it happen as well, right? You see people who tell you, "Oh, I'm not eating bread for the next 3 months. I'm not drinking Coke. I'm not drinking orange juice." And when they hit their targets and they, lay their hands on their favorite thing, they just blow out of proportion, even worse than the way they were when they started.
Right. And why is that though? So why are they worse afterwards?
I don't know, because they've been starved. I guess they've been starved. Like they go crazy when they finally do it again. They just go crazy. I'm just saying, because it has actually worked for me. Every time I tell myself I'm cutting this out completely, it never works. Never does.
Have you tried to
But when I say, you know what? Yeah, go on, please. Oh, I'm
have you
sorry.
tried
What?
to replace it?
Sorry?
Like if you cut something out, do you replace it with anything else?
I don't even cut anything out anymore. I mean, if I feel like it, I just say I used to have 6 slices of bread. I just, okay, I feel like eating bread today, so I just have 2 slices throughout my day.
Portion control. And that works too. Portion control always works.
Yeah.
All right. I'm so sorry. I'm enjoying this session so much. I don't want it to end, but it's going to cut off any minute from now. We have one more question here, just one more, and then we'll call it a day. So I have lady here, she said she likes sweet things because she believes her baby needs it, so she breastfeeds. So is it proper for a breastfeeding woman to take sweet things?
So it doesn't affect the content of your breast milk, if that's what you're asking. Like if I eat a lot of sweet things, will it affect the breast milk and
Like,
then affect the no?
does the baby need the sweet thing? I mean, her taking the sweet thing, does the baby need it?
No. Wait, so her taking the sweet thing help because she's breastfeeding, right? Just to clarify things.
It's not.
No,
No.
no. So it sounds like she's saying, do I have to eat sweet things to make the breast milk sweet for the baby to enjoy? Is that what I'm hearing?
It sounds like it, but it's more like she's asking if her baby needs her to be taking sweet things, you know? I mean,
No, not really. No, the baby just needs her natural breast milk, and that's
uh,
enough. Trust me, I did a good job making your breast milk.
okay. Does warm lemon water burn body fat?
No, it just helps you. So most people drink the water to make it more acidic, and it helps you also drink more water. In order to burn fats, you have to either increase your activity or decrease your calories. Anything else are just whatever is out there. In order to burn fats, you have to increase your activity, decrease your calories, or take like medications like Ozempic. But that's it. Everything else is marketing strategy.
Okay. All right. So, because she's saying she believes since she can't cut down on her sugar, she might as well take the lemon water to counter the effect of the sugar.
She can drink lemon water. There's nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
Nothing wrong. As long as her teeth is fine, there's nothing wrong with that.
Right. So that is it. So I don't know. Do you have a final word for us before we call it a day? Thank you so much once again. And everyone, we're also going to have another session next week. You can also join us. So please, Doctor, can you throw in your final words for us based on fitness, nutrition? Thank you.
I think that we've had a comprehensive conversation, which has been very helpful. The overall thing is for you to be in good health, eat well, sleep well, and exercise and enjoy your life. You know, at the end of it all, we're all just here to run this race and make it to Christ. And let's put things in perspective. As long as you're able to do your daily activities because your health is intact, that's what matters.
All right. Thank you so much once again, Dr. Oyinda, for joining us. Again, it's a pleasure, and we hope to have you very soon. I enjoyed this session so much. So thank you once again. All right. Bye for today. See you.
Bye,
Bye,
everyone.
everyone.
Bye.
And please keep walking, keep exercising, less sugar, okay? And sleep and rest while we are breaking this. We are very, very important. All right. Bye, everyone. Bye,
Bye.
Adela.
Bye, guys. Bye.
Bye.